Elephants. The warlords. You've seen a child feeding an elephant at the zoo. You've watched cartoons where elephants are adorable and clumsy. Dumbo flying with his ears. Elmer, the colorful patchwork elephant from children's books. The image of the elephant as a gentle giant is so ingrained in our culture that we forget an alarming scientific truth. Elephants kill more people in India than any other wild animal. More than tigers, more than leopards, more than venomous snakes. And when an elephant decides to attack, there's practically nothing that can stop it. Welcome to the scientific reality about elephants. And brace yourself, because the data you're about to learn will forever change your perception of these animals. Let's start with concrete numbers. According to official data from the Indian government released in 2024, over the past 5 years, elephants killed 2,853 people in India. Let me repeat that. Almost 3,000 deaths in 5 years. In 2023 specifically, 628 people were killed by elephants, the highest number in 5 years. To give you a comparison, sharks kill on average fewer than 10 people per year worldwide. Elephants in India alone kill over 500 people annually. This is not a gentle animal that occasionally gets scared. This is a statistical pattern of lethal conflict. But what transforms an elephant into a machine of destruction? The answer lies in a biological phenomenon called musth. Adult male elephants periodically enter a state called musth, which lasts from several weeks to several months. During musth, scientific studies have documented that testosterone levels in an elephant's blood increase on average 60 times. In some individuals, this increase can reach 140 times the normal level. To put this in perspective, imagine your own aggressiveness multiplied by 60. A study published in 2022 in the scientific journal Animals confirmed that during musth, elephants show temporal gland secretion on the head, continuous urine dribbling, and extremely elevated aggressiveness. They become unpredictable, hyperreactive, and dangerous even to their own zoo handlers. And this aggressiveness is not random. It is directed, intelligent, and absolutely devastating. Elephants in musth have demolished brick houses. They've overturned cars. They've chased people for kilometers. There are documented records of elephants invading villages, destroying entire crops, and attacking anyone who tries to interfere. And here's the most terrifying detail. They remember. Elephants have exceptional memory. Studies show that elephants can recognize hundreds of different individuals, both of their own species and humans. If an elephant associates a location or a person with a threat, that memory can last decades. And it's not just males in musth. Females protecting calves are equally lethal. An adult elephant can weigh up to 6,000 kilograms. They can run at speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour over short distances. For comparison, Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, reaches just under 45 kilometers per hour at his peak. An elephant weighing 6 tons running at 40 kilometers per hour is an unstoppable force. If an elephant decides to chase you, you have no chance of escaping by running. And the physical strength? An elephant can lift up to 300 kilograms with its trunk alone. Their tusks, made of ivory, can measure more than 3 meters in length and weigh more than 50 kilograms each. When an elephant attacks, it can impale, crush, trample, or throw a person with ease. Forensic studies of elephant attack victims show multiple trauma, crushing of internal organs, and massive fractures. It's not a quick or clean death. But there's an aspect of elephant biology that's even more impressive than their brute strength: infrasound communication. Elephants produce sounds at frequencies as low as 1 to 20 hertz, called infrasounds. Humans cannot hear anything below 20 hertz. These low-frequency vocalizations can travel through the ground and air for distances exceeding 10 kilometers. Studies published in scientific journals, such as the Journal of the Acoustical Society of America, confirmed that elephants use these infrasounds to coordinate herd movements, alert about dangers, and even communicate emotional states. When a group of elephants decides to invade a plantation or cross a road, they are coordinating through a communication channel that humans can't even detect without specialized equipment. It's military coordination happening in a sound spectrum invisible to us. And here comes a disturbing phenomenon documented in various parts of Africa: traumatized orphan elephants. During decades of illegal ivory hunting, thousands of young elephants witnessed the violent death of their mothers and family members. Behavioral studies showed that some of these orphaned elephants, especially adolescent males, developed abnormal aggressive behaviors. In Pilanesberg National Park in South Africa, in the 90s, young male elephants that had been transferred without adults to supervise them began killing rhinoceroses. Yes, rhinoceroses. 2-ton animals with armored skin. The adolescent elephants attacked and killed them without any apparent feeding motive. When researchers introduced adult male elephants into the park, the aggressive behavior of the young ones almost completely ceased. This demonstrates something extraordinary. Elephants have complex social structure, and when that structure is disrupted by trauma, they can develop the animal equivalent of juvenile delinquency. Elephants also demonstrate grief in deeply emotional ways. Studies have documented elephants remaining beside dead family members for days, touching the bones with their trunks, repeatedly returning to places where relatives died. There are recorded scientific cases of elephants carrying ivory tusks of dead elephants, as if performing a ritual. This is not just instinct. This is awareness of death. And if elephants have awareness of death, they also have awareness of revenge. Back to the human-elephant conflict numbers. The situation is getting worse. According to recent reports, deaths caused by elephants in India have consistently increased in recent years. 464 deaths in 2020, 545 in 2021, 605 in 2022, and 628 in 2023. This escalation is not random. Elephant habitat is being invaded by agricultural and urban expansion. Elephants are being forced into increasingly close contact with human populations. And when a 6-ton animal with decades of memory, coordinated communication, and devastating strength comes into conflict with humans, the result is tragedy on both sides. Because it's important to remember, elephants also die in this conflict. Hundreds are killed annually by electrocution on illegal electric fences, poisoning, retaliatory shootings, and accidents on roads and railways. This is not a story of villains and victims. It's a story of two intelligent, social, and deeply emotional groups competing for space and resources on an increasingly smaller planet. So the next time you see an elephant in a zoo or in a cute documentary, remember, you're looking at one of the most intelligent, strongest, and emotionally complex animals on the planet. An elephant's memory is not just a saying, it's a scientific reality. They remember, they plan, they coordinate, they feel loss, and when threatened, they can be absolutely lethal. Elephants are not villains, but they're also not the gentle giants of fairy tales. They are highly evolved survivors navigating a world that is becoming increasingly dangerous for them. And we, as a species that shares this planet, need to find ways to coexist with respect, distance, and scientific understanding of what these animals truly are. If this video opened your eyes to the scientific reality about elephants, subscribe to the channel. Every week I bring real data, verified studies, and the truth behind the animals we think we know. Hit the bell icon because the next revelation might be about the animal you least expect. And tell me in the comments, have you ever had an encounter with elephants? What was it like? Until the next video, and remember, scientific knowledge doesn't diminish our admiration for nature. It makes it even more impressive.